Good afternoon to one and all present here. Myself, Mrs. Joita Bhattacharya, Assistant Professor, Department of Pharmaceutical Technology. I extend a warm welcome to all the participants present here with us virtually. Today, we have all gathered here for the panel discussion on Pharmaceutics Prospects Revisited. The participants for this sessions are mainly the final year PHARM students, or they have already graduated from the PHARM and they aspire to take up PHARM as their next career option. I know there would be innumerable questions popping up in your mind related to PHARM in pharmaceutics. So to answer all your doubts and queries, we have among us the professors of the department who will be guiding you in this topic. Let me take the privilege to welcome our Dean Sir, Dr. Shardul Kumar Jha, Dean, School of Medical Science, and all our panel members, Dr. Shonjoy Dey, Head of the Department and Associate Professor, Department of Pharmaceutical Technology, Dr. Partha Roy, Associate Professor, Department of Pharmaceutical Technology, and Mr. Shubhashish Chakraborty, Assistant Professor, Department of Pharmaceutical Technology. I welcome you all, sir. Now may I request our Dean, sir, to kindly address the gathering. Sir, over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Joita. And good afternoon to all the participants, my colleagues, the students. Let me welcome on behalf of the School of Medical Sciences, Adamas University. And the department is Department of Pharmaceutical Technology. We have started our journey in the year 2016, known as SOPT, School of Pharmaceutical Technology, which is now Department of Pharmaceutical Technology. And we feel proud to represent our department because this is one of the best and finest in Kolkata and Eastern India. Whenever you find some time, please come and visit our campus, see the facilities, see the research environment, and see the library, the collection of books, journals. Though we follow PCI prescribed curriculum, but in addition to that, because we are university, we have a flexibility to offer minors also. In our university, we say from music to microbiology, from microbiology to pharmacy, whatever you want, you can study. And let me tell you that our institution is approved by Pharmacy Council of India under Section 12 of the Pharmacy Act 1948. We have a vision that we want to be acknowledged as a leader in pharmacy education, research, and service, with the commitment to make a strong platform for providing transformative learning experience in a collaborative and diverse environment. We have started PHARM program, which is 4 years course in the year 2016, exactly in the month of July, actually. So almost 5 years. And diploma in pharmacy 2 years course, we have introduced in the year 2017. And this year 2021, we have received the PCI approval for PHARM Pharmaceutics course with 15 intake. PHARM is required, PHARM is mandatory. Maybe in future, we have seen that PhD also it will be mandatory. So what the thought behind the introducing PHARM program in Adamas University, that once a student entered into our university as a diploma, immediately he can join PHARM and then followed by PHARM, and maybe shortly in future, near future, we are planning for PhD program also in pharmaceutical sciences. Great place of learning, we say temple of learning, with all facilities, highly qualified, experienced and motivated faculty members. And we have drawn the faculties from different background, academia, research, industry. We have a great link up with the industries because we have a very active and dedicated CDC, which we say career development cell. They are actually working tirelessly and they are building up this networking with all top class industries, MNCs. So our students, they are going visiting regularly to these industries for their internship, for their training. Even we are doing small project also, industry-based project. We have well-equipped laboratories, the high-end research equipments like HPLC, high-performance liquid chromatography. We have UV, we have Brookfield viscometers, we have two different dissolution apparatus, the disintegration apparatus, and all apparatus which normally industry people they are using during their quality control. We have quasi air conditioned classrooms fitted with audiovisual aids, a very good facility of campus internet, Wi-Fi facilities, opportunity for higher education. We are providing the GPAT, GRE and TOEFL. We have one more cell which is called Center for Professional Studies. They are doing the grooming for the professional GRE and TOEFL like courses. So overall, it is a environment, or we can say a nurturing environment, where you can develop yourself as a complete pharmaceutical technologist or scientist. As you know, there is a huge requirement of this technical manpower in pharma industry. And if you see the COVID, during COVID and post-COVID, if you see the advertisements or the jobs normally published by various agencies, you will find 40 to 50% jobs related to pharma only. And I'm always feel proud that I'm representing a profession which is recession proof. There is no recession in this industry, because for our survival, medicine is required. So who is preparing the medicine? We, the pharmacists, the pharmaceutical technologists. So when we discuss about the formulation and development, a higher level of thought process, the understanding is required. And that is what the purpose of introducing PHARM pharmaceutics in our university. And pharmaceutics is core branch. You will not find any parallel courses on pharmaceutics. You may find in chemistry, you may find in natural products, but you will not find any parallel courses in pharmaceutics, the formulation design. Because formulation design is very, very important. B-Pharm, a general discussion we are doing, but in M-Pharm, a specialized. We have to develop a therapeutically active dosage form. We have to do a lot of pre-formulation, post-formulation studies. Because ultimately, as a pharmaceutical technologist, as a F&D person, we need to develop, we need to design a formulation which is therapeutically safe, effective, and economical also. So that is why we have procured few instruments, and few are in the pipeline. Even I want to include, like, maybe in the subsequent presentation, you will find the list of equipment which available with us. So a great temple of learning, and again I am saying, and it is a great profession where you can do a lot of the research, lot of trial and error, experimentation. You have all kind of flexibility to involve yourself in the laboratories. And as you know, these are all temperature controlled laboratories. So normally the industry also struggling to create this environment, dust free and other parameters. So that we have one added advantage, that environmental protected the laboratories. So that is what I want. I will not take much time, because we are eagerly waiting for your questions. And this is what the Pharmaceutical Technology Department under School of Medical Science. So thank you, Joyita, for giving me this opportunity. Over to you.
Thank you so much, sir. Okay, so we will move on to our main session today. Before that, I just want to inform you all that kindly place all your questions in the chat box. I know that many of the students are watching us live in Facebook as well as in YouTube. So you can also place your questions in the chat box of Facebook and YouTube, and I will be presenting the questions on your behalf to the panelist. So I will start with my first question to Partho sir. Sir, why M-Pharm? Why we have started M-Pharm, and also why M-Pharm in pharmaceutics specifically?
Yeah, thank you, Joyita. First of all, again, on behalf of my school, I'd like to welcome to all and each and every one of you especially the newcomers who are planning to choose MPharm as their career, in MPharm Pharmaceutics as their career. Now, before I go directly into the question that Joita put up, let me give a small preface or a background. So I don't know, especially the newcomers, for you, these are certain points which I'd like to highlight. Now, first of all, I'll start with a small story. When I was a kid, actually probably maybe 10 years back or 20 years back from now on, I used to see a advertisement on TV on Maggie hot and tomato sauce, hot and chili sauce, something like that. And it stated, it was a very small punchline, it was there, that Maggie hot and sweet sauce, it's different. Nothing else, it's different. So what I want to say to all of you is that Adamas University, there are numerous universities in Eastern India, as well as in you can say number of private universities are popping up especially in the Eastern region, but we are different. Definitely, we are claiming that we are different. Now, during our lecture, our all faculty members will show you different aspects by the help of which you will know that we are really different. The judgment is on you. You people will judge. And along with that, I would also like to say what our Dean Sir has added, that please come and visit the campus once. Definitely, you will have a feel that we are different. Now, starting off, I don't know how many of you know the birth of Adamas University. Though we call us Adamas University, if you just visit our campus, on the gate, it is written Adamas Knowledge City. It's not Adamas University. It is Adamas Knowledge City. Now, why Adamas Knowledge City? Because as our Dean Sir has told, that once a student, we have here, schools are there, universities there, which is providing graduation, post-graduation, and even PhDs. Our department also soon will go into PhD programs also. So when it is our Chancellor, Sir, Samit Ray Sir's dream, that when a student comes and joins this Adamas Knowledge City from at the school level, he will come out maybe after getting a job after his graduation. So from the schooling up to the graduation, if the students wants, then he can go for masters. If he or she wants, he can go up to PhD. So starting from zero up to the end of formal education, if we can call it PhDs, though education cannot end like that, it's a continuous process. But we are providing all from zero to the maximum in this Adamas Knowledge City. Now coming to the word Adamas. Now what the word Adamas states is, it is like an uncut diamond. So every student who comes to Adamas University, to our faculty members, to our Chancellor's dream, is we are having uncut diamonds in our hands. And what we will do is that we will polish it so that it can glitter and shine in the society. So that is the dream. Now coming back to Joita's question, that why MPharm Pharmaceutics? Now, if you search through Google it, you will find a paper that was published in Nature in the year around 2012. And it stated that the total R&D cost, R&D means the research and development cost that different corporate agencies, industries are putting up, it is slowly shifting. Before 2012, there was majority of the companies were investing in making up of new drugs so that they can treat different disorders. Now, if you see, if I want to make a new drug, the cost of a new drug is around 900 to 1000 USD, billion USD. And normally this process, entire process from giving birth to a drug in the lab and up till the time it reaches to the patient bed, it is normally around 6 to 10 years. So this amount of time and money, the companies are slowly shifting from going for new drug discoveries. Then what is the remedy? What the companies are investing on now? What the companies are investing on now is to develop new formulations for the old drugs so that their efficacy is improved, so that the power to heal, the power to affect the health of the human beings increases. And this is where MPharm Pharmaceutics is very, very essential. These are the people who learn MPharm Pharmaceutics. They would be the most experts in formulation development. They would be the people that industry will look after, search for. If you are good in formulation development, the industry will search for you so that you can give rise to new formulations, which can be patentable, which can be a great source of revenue. Now, while stating about our School of Medical Sciences, initially when we started, as our Dean Sir told, we started as normally School of Pharmaceutical Technology. In 2016, we offered only BPharm course. Later on, to cater the healthcare needs, we went on to Diploma in Pharmacy, which is more or less targeted towards, it's a practicing pharmacist type of course. Next, we come to 2020. Now, if you see 2020, this everyone remembers that COVID-19 has started in 2020. So 2020, we felt as a university that there is a significant scarcity of trained medical professionals. So because if you see our normal COVID test, initially at the start, it was taking around 7 days. So there are lots and lots of vacancies that are popping up from the government level, private sources where trained medical personnel were essential. So that is the when our university thought that, okay, we will try to serve the society one step ahead. As I told you, every time we tried to prove in our own way that we are different. And we started Bachelor in Medical Laboratory Technology with this particular aim. Now at this juncture, after a 4-year completion of our BPharm course, after getting under Section 12, we started MPharm in Pharmaceutics with the sole aim that we will provide significant and well-trained professionals in the field of formulation development who can really benefit the society. Thank you, Joyita. I hope you have answered the questions. I have answered your question, and we'll look forward for all the questions from the other students. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Now I'll move on to the next question, which has come from one of our participants to Sanjoy sir. Sir, if you can kindly describe us the course structure of MPharm in pharmaceutics.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Actually, it's a PCI approved course. Okay. So in our department, we are following the same course structure as it was prescribed by the PCI. Okay. Actually, this is a 2-year course. Okay. In this 2-year course is split up in a 4 semester. Okay, semester 1, semester 2, semester 3, and semester 4. In the semester, in the first semester, there is a subject of modern pharmaceutical analytical techniques, drug delivery systems, modern pharmaceutics, regulatory affairs. These are the 4 theory subjects there. Apart from these 4 theory subjects, there is a 1 practical subject, that is pharmaceutics practical 1. And in first sem, there is a total credit point is 26, and total marks for the side is 650. Apart from this first semester, there is in the second semester, the subject includes the modern molecular pharmaceutics, that is nanotech and targeted drug delivery systems, advanced biopharmaceutics and pharmacokinetics, computer-aided drug delivery systems, cosmetics and cosmeceuticals. And apart from these 4 theory subjects, there is a 1 practical subject, that is pharmaceutics practical 2. And apart from these theories and 4 subjects, room of students, there is a seminar and assignment in both the semester, first semester as well as the second semester. As like the first semester, in the second semester, the total credit point is 26 and the total marks is 650. In the third semester, there is a research methodology and the biostatistics. This is the only 1 theory subject is there. Apart from this, there is a journal club, and in the third semester, the project work will start from third semester itself. In the fourth semester, there is also a journal club. Apart from there is a research work and the final presentation. These are overall the course structure of the MPharm. Rita madam, what is it?
Thank you so much, sir. We in our course structure, we have a major portion of our course structure is comprised of the practicals and the laboratory works. So I would request Shubhashis sir, so if you can please give an overview of our lab equipments and the facilities in our school. Sir, over to you.
Thank you, madam, and good afternoon to all the delegates and all the audience who are listening us. So MPharm Pharmaceutics is basically a 2 years post-graduation course, and for that particular post-graduation course, laboratory is a very important issue, and we are enough lucky that we have that particular like advantage. We have a specialized laboratory for MPharm Pharmaceutics. So can I share something? Can I share it?
Sure, sir. I will make you the co-host
Yes,
and you can share your content, sir.
yes, yes.
Just a minute. So now I think you can share
Yes,
the
yes,
content.
sir. Yes, yes, madam. I'm sharing. Okay. Is it visible?
Yes, it's loading. Yeah, it's visible now.
Okay. So we have that instrument facilities already. Our Dean sir and Dr. Parthorai has already told. So we have the instrument facilities like we have HPLC, we have UV spectrophotometer, we have dissolution apparatus, we have the tablet punching machine. This is the latest one even. We have the deep freezer, we have the lyophilizer. Okay, so all the instruments will be very much capable for your, especially MPharm second year journey when the students will that particular entered on that particular second year. So that second year, you all know that it is basically based on the project. So for that particular project, these instruments are very much important. And in Adamas University, we have the central instrument facility, and we have already the instrument, the incubation center. So this will add some extra advantage on that. So I hope I have already answered the question of Joita madam.
Ah, thank you. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay.
So you can now stop the
Yes,
screen
yes.
sharing. Okay, so we had an overview of the course structure and also a brief overview on the laboratory instruments and the facilities in our school. Now I will go back to Partho sir, and I would like to ask on the behalf of the participants that many of the participants have asked the same question: why we have used the term in the title of our panel discussion that prospects revisited. Is there any kind of specific reason for this?
Yeah, thank you, Joyita. Yes, definitely. As we know that our dean sir has already told that MPharm is one of the MPharm Pharmaceutics is one of the pioneer postgraduate courses in pharmacy. Now, there are lots of evergreen jobs in pharmaceutics that was there when it started, but and every with each and every passing day, as this is a technology field, so we will find lot of new entrants into this job field. Now, I think there will be a lot of others, and we will invite questions also regarding this description of specific field. But what I want to say is that if I see through the eyes of the student, then there are certain students who will join MPharm with an R&D mindset. That means they will go for research and development wing or something like that. They have, or they may opt for further studies. They may opt for PhD programs. They may opt for after PhD postdoc programs. They have just the R&D mindset. If you have that R&D mindset, then after MPharm, you can join. First of all, what I can say is you can be a part of the drug discovery, drug synthesis team. You can be a part of the drug formulation team. That means you have the API or the drug, for example, if you take paracetamol as a drug, then you go to the formulation of paracetamol, whether it would be a syrup, whether it would be a tablet, or whether it would be an injections, whatever it is. So you can be part of the formulation team. You can be part of the, you can say, analytical development team, where you find out different analysis methods for drugs. You can be part of the biologics development team. As you all know that COVID-19 has drastically shifted the world economy. So now everyone is worried about taking vaccines, making of vaccines. Now there is also some rumors that if the third wave may come, it may affect the children. So there is there any vaccine coming out for children? So vaccine development has generated huge hue and cry in the pharmaceutical industry. So they can also go for biologics development. So this is what they can happen with if they have a R&D mindset. Now, these whatever I have discussed, this was probably there in the last 15 years or so. But what about the new ones? Now, if you see, there are a lot of contact research organizations that have popped up into the market. Now, these contact research organizations, we can they will also engage these MPharm students, or rather, these MPharm students can also penetrate there, and they can go for different other works like bioavailability and bioequivalent studies, like toxicological studies. So there are a lot of things that can be there in this contact research organization that can suit our MPharm students. Along with that, you will find that there are some prospects in intellectual property rights, because everywhere, wherever R&D property is generated, there is a need for patent to protect it. And there also you will find our MPharm students have equal opportunities. Then along with that, if you see this, what you are studying pharmacy, which deals with the making of drugs. And in case of drug making, starting from the raw material up to the end, to the sales, it is a regulated job. Now, wherever there are regulations, wherever there are laws, we have a new wing, that is regulatory affairs, which absorbs a lot of informed candidates and with a good and handsome salary package. So this is another area where the students can venture into. Now, apart, I don't suggest that every one of the students joining MPharm has a R&D mindset. What about you have, if some students want to go for different operation sector? By operation sector, I mean mainly the production. So in case of production also, you can go for API production, you can go for drug formulations, where companies or industries which make tablet, capsule, injectables, ointments, etc. You can go into, you can penetrate into these kind of industries. Again, you can penetrate into biologics manufacturing like vaccines and all that. Then nowadays, there are a lot of industries that are making into medical, they're venturing into medical devices. I think there also MPharm will have a very good scope to venture into. Other than that, there are certain wings which are present in every pharmaceutical industry, like quality control, quality assurance, then along with that, supply chain. So these are certain areas also where the MPharm students can penetrate. Now, if the students, they are not interested for this kind of R&D or this kind of operational jobs, there is one more avenue where very avid researchers will go into, that is academics and research. So definitely after MPharm, you can go for PhDs, which is totally related to your research. You can pursue your PhD in India, or you can pursue overseas. There are a lot of scholarships in India, like CSIR, ICMR scholarships, which you can avail after your MPharm. If you have really a mindset for research, you can go for PhDs, then you can go for postdocs abroad. And later on, you can join further research in the research area, because there are a lot of opportunities in drug formulation research also in the industries. Along with that, these students can also venture into academics. So this is what we want to say, that what are the new entrants, what are the old ones, and how they are fused into. That's why we kept the title, after a lot of thinking and brainstorming, we kept it Revisited. Thank you, Joyita. It's over to you, Joyita.
Thank you so much, sir, for showing so much varied fields of the prospects after doing the MPharm. There is one question from one of the participants, Orithro Nayak. For BPharm admissions, there was a UAT exam for Adamas University, yes. For MPharm, also the same exam will be conducted by the university. So for this question, I would request Shubhashi sir, if you can please answer this query.
Yeah, thank you, madam. Actually, the AUVT exam for BPharm and AUVT exam for MPharm are different. Actually, the question pattern will be different, and the question quality will be different.
Sir, can you?
Mostly for MPharm syllabus. Okay, for the MPharm entrance, it will cover whole BPharm syllabus actually. And for BPharm, for the BPharm entrance test, basically it will cover the syllabus of 10+2.
So for MPharm, this entrance exam, is there any specific topics that the student should focus on for a better score?
Yeah, for the that is for MPharm pharmaceutics, they can focus on their regular the pharmaceutics one, basically like NDDS. Okay, some of the part of the pharmaceutical jurisprudence. Okay, and also these subjects they can cover.
Thank you, sir.
Just
Uh,
to add, Joyita,
yes, sir.
in that question, the subjects, all pharmaceutic subjects from first B Farm to first sem to 8th sem, whatever we are covering, like pharmaceutics 1, physical pharmacy 1 and 2, pharmaceutical engineering, pharmaceutical technology, industrial pharmacy, even regulatory affairs as an optional elective, compulsory elective. So all these subjects they need to cover, and plus jurisprudence. Okay, so the basically it is a MCQ type of questions, multiple choice questions. There will be 60 questions will be there, and they have to qualifying score that exactly. So what is the qualifying score? I think 50%, right?
No, sir, 60%.
60%, 60%. So they have to score 36 marks out of 60. Then they will get qualified, and once they qualified, then that will come to us, and then we'll be doing the individual PI, that is one-to-one interaction, maybe online virtual mode, or maybe if it is possible physical mode. And then once we'll combine these marks as well as the PI marks, and then finally the candidate will be eligible for the admission, because this is as per UGC guidelines, and because we are the self-finance university, so the university marks also, that entrance marks also, there is a weightage, plus this personal interview PI, which is called. So both this will be adding, and then based on that we'll be preparing the merit list, and followed by the admission process.
Thank you, sir. Orithro Naik, I think your question has been answered. To Shazul sir, I will be asking another question, sir, to you. Sir, after BPharm, many of the students have a dilemma that whether to go for MPharm or PharmD, which is another course. So if you can please guide that, like which one to choose, I guess, rather than choosing for PharmD, it's better if we can move to MPharm. Because I think the prospects of PharmD is more on the clinical side. So if you can clear this conception, I think the students will be having this doubt.
Right. See, in year 2008, PCA has introduced this PharmD program, and it is a 6-year program. And after BPharm, if you wish to join, that is called post-baccalaureate. That you have to study for another 3 years, and you'll be getting a degree, PharmD degree, and few universities they are saying Doctor of Pharmacy also, but it is equivalent to master program. But here the problem is, I have seen in South India, maximum colleges they are running this program. We don't have that clinical setup actually. What Joyita madam was discussing. We need a clinical pharmacist cadre, and that is what we are also, a lot of discussion is going on. So we don't have the clinical setup at the time being, and what we have seen normally, these PharmD people, they are getting jobs like BPharm graduates only. Okay, but here, and that also you have to spend also more financial part of financial burden also will be there. So that is why normally, if the structure is ready, the hospital structure is ready, or the cadre is ready, then definitely we'll advise to go for that, because this is a practice based course, pharmacy practice based course, and more hospital oriented, patient centric course, what we call. Because normally in PharmD 5th year and 6th year, you have to regularly go to the hospital, and in PCI they have prescribed few departments. Those departments you have to go, you have to collect the data from the patient, and with the help of nursing superintendent, you need to do all analysis. Okay, and 6th year you have, there is an internship, whole year, complete year you have to do in a hospital under a doctor, particular MBBS or MD. Because the opportunities are limited, restricted, and MPharm, industry, there is a huge demand, especially post COVID. Why we are talking only about the vaccines? Definitely vaccines are required, vaccines mandatory, required for the treatment, but you can see that a few life savings drugs like antiviral category, as Partho sir mentioned before also, drug repurposing is a new trend actually. existing drug popular for a particular mechanism of action, but the same drug, if we do some treatment, and we can target for other this thing also. So for this repurposing, the formulation designing, planning design, we need a lot of this M-Pharm pharmaceutics person actually. But for PharmD and M-Pharm, we can't compare actually. That is entirely a clinical setup, and this is a specialized. By formulation development, chemistry means it is again synthetic QSR and all docking studies. Then pharmacology, different perspective. So we cannot compare. PharmD is having a different prospect, a clinical setup where there is a clinical requirement. Definitely, we can go to the big corporate hospitals where the facility is there. I have seen in South India, few hospitals they have this cadre and all. So definitely. And one more opportunity for PharmD is if you have somebody in abroad, uh, by clearing this GRE and TOEFL, even IELTS also, you can go and practice there as a pharmacist. That option is also there. But if you have someone or somebody known to that particular country. So this is the basic difference as per my understanding. Over to you, Joyita.
Thank you so much, sir. Okay, I will go back to my previous questions when Partha sir was discussing about why we kept the name as Prospects Revisited. So on that note, I would like to ask Sanjay sir, kindly share your perspective regarding the job opportunities after completing the M-Pharm in pharmaceutics.
Thank you, Jayita. Before saying that, first of all, I would like to thanks to the professor to cover all the things on the area. Apart from that, I want to add some points. Apart from the pharmaceutical industry, in the pharmaceutical industry, there is a different segments like the QC, quality control, quality assurance, regulatory affairs, as well as the production. And in all the areas, there is a huge opportunities for the young students. Apart from this, there is an FND, formulation and development, and R&D, research and development, and even though in a CRO, they have a huge. Apart from in nowadays, there are some IT companies, the medical writer, pharmacovigilance, which are lots of opportunities. Okay, and one of the most important things that is in West Bengal, what we have seen, day of the college pharmacy is going to in each and every year, uh, the new that colleges, the students who are pursuing their M.Pharm, they will get the opportunity as a academicians in both the B.Pharm colleges as well as the D.Pharm colleges. So it's a huge opportunity, and I would like to say what is why pharmaceutics, because we can say it is a mother subject. Okay, because in other subject we are having some competitor, but in pharmaceutics we don't have any competitor. If you consider the pharmacology subject, we have to compete with the MD pharmacology, whereas in case of the M.Pharm in pharmacology, we have to compete with the MSc botany, whereas in M.Pharm in pharmaceutical chemistry, we have to compete with the MSc chemistry. But in the pharmaceutics, we don't have any competitor. Okay, so in the pharmaceutical industry, there is a huge opportunity for the M.Pharm students. Even though those who will after B.Pharm, those will do the M.Pharm, okay, and they are having the great opportunity to get promotion easily, okay. And apart from this, in the pharmaceutical industry, there is another segment that is called as technology transfer segment. And in this particular segment, there is a huge opportunity for them. So thank you, Rita.
Thank you, sir. I would now like to ask Shubhashish sir. Sir, if a student after completing M.Pharm wants to go for the academics or the research, what are the things that they should keep in mind, or what are the projects or what kind of research they should do in order to go in that sector, the research or the academics?
Thank you, madam.
Like
For the
I should
yeah.
reframe the question in this way. Like you have also done your MPharm in pharmaceutics, and you have then come to this academics. So what drove you to come into this academics?
Yeah, thank you for your question. It's a very tricky question even. So, madam, the matter is that uh, after BPharm, okay, it's fine. After BPharm, if you have to qualify some of the examination for your MPharm. So after that, why a person they can come to academics or maybe like this type of area or maybe related to academics? For that cases, at least you have to like open some your trust area. Like you have to like qualify some of the examination, like what Dr. Parthora has told. Like the ICMR, CSIR, there are some of the option is there, so you have to search this, and after that, if you can get some of the like JRF or SRF that position, if you can go for your PhD or maybe for your research also, then you can. I think this will be a better portion. This will be a better portion. Uh, this will be a better portion that if you can get, and after getting this, then you can go for your PhD, and after that you can enter in your academics.
Thank you, Shubhashis
Thank
sir.
thank you.
Okay. Uh, I would request Onisha ma'am. Yeah, ma'am is already here. Mrs. Onisha Barik, our assistant professor in the pharmaceutics department. Ma'am, you have done your research, or still you are doing your research in a completely a different kind of like area, which is actually a new area in the pharmaceutics. Like if the students want to go in some new area, if they want to go into new area of research, they can actually go for the research that you are undergoing. So if you can give a brief of your research work. I think your research work is more oriented towards the tissue engineering, which I will.
Yeah,
So please give a brief on the tissue engineering part.
yes. So I personally feel that doing research, pursuing research is not constrained to one particular discipline or one particular subject. So when I have completed my aim firm, so when I was framing my what will be my future direction, so more or less I have decided that I will pursue my future in the academic research. So what should I do? What should I what are the field I can research? So in that time when I was reading some papers, I was scrolling through different institutes. What are the different types of researches they are doing currently doing? So I found that there is one field that is not very new. So that is the tissue engineering and regenerative medicine. So what is the utility of it? Why from a pharmaceutics or pharmacy background I went to pursue I pursue my PhD in that area. So so this tissue engineering basically comes into play when when we have to find some ways of treatment uh, in regenerating some tissues. So when tissues are lost due to some accident, trauma, so there is a thing, right? So this is a kind of some not very usual way of research, not usual area of research for a pharmacy student. So whenever you are doing, you want to pursue your research, your PhD or any type of academic research, so you have to find what is your interest lies. You have to study papers, you have to read papers, you have to find what are the researchers currently doing on. So nowadays you can see that the COVID, so in this pandemic hit, so many the peoples are inclined towards the viral, so treat the virus infection, viral infection, this kind of drug delivery. So when you are doing the research, so MPharm masters is basically the prelude of. You have to frame your research, you have to frame the design, how you are planning to pursue your research. You have some objective, right? You have to set it. You have to go, you have to go a few steps to reach to that point. So you have to design your research. So when you are doing research in pharmaceutics, probably you have to design your formulation, you have to study them. So when to study them, not only the characteristics, not only the usual feature really study, you can always go for the animal study, right? So it is not the pharmacology thing. So research is always the interdisciplinary kind of thing. So when you are pursuing research, you have to find what is your interest, what you want to do, what are the current areas, what is this the current scenario, how the pharmacy field, biotechnology, biology, these kind of fields, so all are integrated, right? So how they're evolving, what kind of areas they are focusing. So nowadays, we are going towards the customized, so the personalization of the drug treatments, right? So we are studying their genetic materials, what is the type of disease the person is being suffering from. So based on that, we are going for the treatment. So these kind of things. So all you have to explore, and then you have to go towards the field. So I personally feel like that.
Thank you so much, Anisha ma'am. Actually, this is also a new area for me, so I got a lot of idea from you as well. Um, Another question, I would place it in an open forum for Sanjay sir, Patho sir, Subhashish sir, or Anisha ma'am. Anyone can answer this. That nanotechnology is nowadays the hot cake for the research. So we can see huge number of works are been going on in the nanotechnology. So nanotechnology has also been incorporated in our pharmacy research as well. So the students who are or who will be taking this MPharm in pharmaceutics, are they have any add-on advantages if they want to pursue their research in nanotechnology? If they have a pharmaceutics in as a specialization in MPharm, will they have any add-on advantage to that? Any sir, Partho sir, if you can start with.
Thank you, Joita. Actually, this is my topic of research also, but there are a lot of, I think Sanjay sir, Subhasis sir, Anasha madam, all of them have given you, all the students, some idea regarding the how to research, what they can pursue. But before coming to nanotechnology, I think for every student, once you go enter into MPharm, starting from your first day of MPharm, try to do a self-assessment, what you are capable of, and what are your plus points and what are your negative points, like what we call it SWOT analysis. Why I think this is very essential. You are, if you are dreaming big, sometimes people after entering MPharm, people, we will pursue PhD, we'll do more research, we'll do this that, but before you take all these skyscrapers in your imaginations in your mind, first thing you find out what are you good at. Because research, pursuing research in India as well as overseas, has lot of, they have unique set of problems which every researcher has to overcome, starting from the simple getting a scholarship. If you think of a country like India, so if I have already told you about CSR SRF fellowships. So CSR SRF now normally comes, it's floated every once a year right now. So if a person pursuing MPharm is applying for a CSR fellowships, and there will be around 20,000 or 50,000 applications that are floated, and ultimately maybe 200 or 120 persons are getting that CSR fellowship. So you see what's the percentage of people coming out successfully after getting CSR fellowship. Yes, I understand that the amount that is being paid right now as a fellowship amount is really quite high. There may be a lot of persons in India working who don't get that amount of salary. That is the amount of fellowship. I think, if I'm not mistaken, around SRF fellowship would be around 44,000, and JRF would be around 38,000 per month. So in order to obtain this, if you are really have a research mindset, that's why I was telling from day one, then what you have to do is you have to make sure that you get at least a couple of good publications during your MPharm, which, as Anisha madam has told, that your MPharm is actually a prelude to your PhD. To learn how to do research work also takes around 6 months. Not your research work I'm talking about. I am talking about the total way or the process of how to do a research. getting the literature survey done. What are the key things that you are going to search for your literature survey? What should be your title? Once you frame your title, you have to find out whether it is really unique, whether if your title is not really unique, then getting a publication out of that would be very, very difficult. A good publication. What do you mean by good publication? There is nothing in science called as good or bad. Definitely there is some measurable quantity, and in publications normally we go for impact factor, we go for different indexing. So in this case, what you need to have a determined mindset for research. You may be capable of taking all the hardships that are associated with research. And apart from that, what I must suggest is, if you are really want to pursue research, then try to get at least 1 or 2 good academic publications during your MPharm project. Your MPharm project, try to search for a niche area. Not it may be nanotechnology, it may be anything, but if it is, your area should be such that either it will come out at a good publication, or it will come out as a product which has got some commercial potential. You can go for IPR protection of that, you can go for patenting of that. Now, coming to nanotechnology and pharmaceutics, definitely if you are good in formulations, you can go for nano formulations. Nano formulations are now everywhere. It can be targeted to a particular person, or particular site. It can be personalized to suit other needs, for example, overcoming drug resistance. There are lots of applications in nanotechnology in medicine. So of course, if you are going for a career in MPharm pharmaceutics, you can have a marriage of MPharm pharmaceutics and nanotechnology and come up with something unique. But before that, again, I am just repeating what I have said. Challenge your mindset, challenge yourself that whether you are really capable of pursuing this career, because pursuing a career in research is it requires a long time. So whether you are capable of holding this mindset for this amount of time, then only venture into it. It's not that I feel fascinated to research, then I go on for research, but research is not like that. It needs a lot of tenacity, it needs a lot of dedicated work. Thank you, Joyita.
Thank you, sir. Sanjay, sir, anything from your side, sir?
Actually, ma'am, in this regard, I would like to share a slide.
Sure, sir. Sure, sir.
Now it's visible. Now,
Yes, sir.
yeah, it's visible. No?
Yes, sir.
Actually, we are talking about the nanoparticles. Okay. Actually, apart from this, I must say these are the faculty members. They are the pillar of our pharmaceutics department. Okay. In the pharmaceutics department, we are having a Sajal Kumar Jha is the dean, and Professor Partha Roy, Sanjay Dev, Dr. Mohammed Das Kuturia, Dr. Anesha Barik, Dr. Mr. Subhas Chakraborty, and Mrs. Srija Sood. Okay. See, these are the different research interests. Means we are working in different field of field, and each and every faculties they are having this specific area. Apart from this particular drug delivery system, you will get an ample opportunity to work beyond the nanoparticles. Like nowadays, 3D printing. In this 3D printing, and the tissue engineering, regenerative medicines, like the reverse iontophoresis, nanomaterials for biomedical applications, and our faculty members of tissue engineering and regenerative medicines, Dr. Anesha Barik is working on this particular field. And regarding the formulation development and the statistical optimizations of the different kinds of conventional formulations or a novel drug delivery systems, we people, most of the faculty members, they are working on that. And Dr. Momita Daskitinias is working on the biometric assisted drug delivery. So don't be confined within the nano particulate drug delivery system. There is a huge opportunity in our department. You will get the option to work in diverse fields because our faculty members, they are very much acquainted with the different field of research. So don't be confined with the nanoparticles, okay? Because if you want to do the research in the pharmaceutical field, because if you see, apart from these nanoparticles, the development of a conventional drug delivery systems, okay? Now in the as we are in the third world country, in this case, in this country, we have seen that most of the people they are taking the tablets of the capsule. The development of a tablet of the capsule is not an easy task, and most of the scientists they are involved for the development of this type of different kinds of the parental dosage forms as well as the tablets and the capsules, because these are the conventional doses. And but the research, we are doing the research, we are publishing the papers in a good channel. It is up to that. It is not the end of this, because ultimately you should have the goal to administer whatever you are going to formulate into the mankind. Okay, that should be your ultimate goal. It should not be like that. You are doing some work, you are doing some research, and you are publishing a paper. That's enough. It is not like that. Okay, you should have an ultimate motto that your formulations or whatever the formulation you have to prepare, it should be taken by some people, and it will help them to cure some diseases or treat some diseases. That's up to me. Thank you, Geeta madam. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Sir, if you can please close. Stop sharing, sir. I guess it will be. I'll.
I think Sanjay sir needs to stop sharing.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sanjay sir.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, sir. So that means the research after pharmaceutics is not only enclosed within the nanotechnology. We have seen we have a varied number of areas, some new areas which are even unexplored, not so much explored. So there are thousands of opportunities both in the job aspects and also in the research aspects which you can do after your MPharm in pharmaceutics. I guess we have come to end of our today's panel discussion session, and we will be having another panel discussion session after a few days. And if you still have any questions related to your admissions, you can place your questions or you can contact Shubhashish sir. Sir, I would request you to, sir, if you can please share your mail ID with our students.
Yes,
They
ma'am.
can directly get in touch with you. Uh, thank you all. I would like to thank all our professors, our dean sir, for giving us the platform to arrange this panel discussion session for the prospective students. And lastly, thank you all the participants for joining us in this session. Thank you all. And with all your permission, sir, can I end this session, sir?
Joyita, I think Sajal sir is busy in a meeting.
Yeah, sir.
Yes, sir.
I think Sanjay sir can we just conclude our session?
Conclude, sir.
Thank you so much for participating, all the participants for joining in this panel discussion. Thank you, all the members, all the faculty members who have given their views or who have shared their views in the panel discussion. And the students, the participants, if you have any queries, kindly send a mail in the mail ID that is
Sir,
given in the chat box.
Sir, I would just request you, all the professors, Partho sir, you, Shadul sir, if you can, Anisha ma'am, if you can share your mail ID so that the students can directly mail to you if they have any kind of queries regarding pursuing their MPharm as a career.
Yeah, it's okay. We are all sharing.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir.
And I request the students once more that if you have a chance once the pandemic subsides, whether you opt pharmaceutics, MPharm pharmaceutics as a career or not, you should still come and visit our university and have a glance through our facilities. I am sure you will understand. Again, I want to repeat that we are different and we are trying to provide you the best possible facilities, infrastructure, and faculties so that you can choose MPharm pharmaceutics as a career. Thank you.
We are
Shadul,
eagerly waiting for your
Yeah.
interaction with you.
Shadul sir is here. If he can have a concluding remarks.
I think Sajal sir is busy in a meeting, Joita. So
Okay, okay. So shall we put a end to this session, sir? Okay. Thank you, Shanjay sir. Thank you, Subhashi sir. Thank you, Anisha ma'am. Thank you, Partha sir. Thank you, Shadul sir, and all the participants. Thank you for joining our session. Have a good day.